It just became hard. All right. 90 minutes. I'm just making sure that this shit happens, yeah. Should be good enough. This pizza right here. It'll be soft, but only up to a point. I have to start eating this already. Oh my god, what is going on with me? This is not even remotely real pizza, but at the same time, it's decent enough. This is cream spinach or something like that, but whatever. It is decent, but not the kind of quality that you would usually find on a Shakey's or an Angel's Pizza branch. But whatever. God, there's no other choice except to toast these, not microwave things. But whatever. My aunt, who actually tasted this, was actually right. When it gets old, when it gets hard, it becomes like cardboard. But at least the bread is good and processed, okay? It might not be pizza at the end of it, but at least they tried. I'm eating charcoal with this thing. Just drink some water. Fine, I can admit, cardboard, but at least decent cardboard. What the heck? Let me get the charger then. I'm just gonna make sure that I charge up the phone as I am gonna wash the dishes and stuff. Right. Gonna do that. Give me a moment here. You gotta do these types of things where they actually allow space for the wire to go through or something like that. I like the selfie stick. I like the stick, but I wish I could have done that on as part of the design. Give me a moment. Where to put it? Hold on. Here we go. That's better. At least this time it's being charged. All right. Let's do what we gotta do. And stuff. After cleaning up here on this sink, washing the dishes, making sure that once they're clean, they're all put back in their places. I gotta apparently clean a metal cage because I got news after my father made it back to Batangas. Apparently, one of the dogs that he's taking care of actually bore puppies, or was able to bore 9. However, 2 didn't make it on birth. So we have a total of 7 puppies. A lot of care over there. However, not the one who's always asking me for rides. So the aunt who's proactively still working at least up to retirement. He told me that she's going tomorrow to bring back those puppies because for a couple of months they're going to need veterinary care. Good veterinary care here in Parañaque. I think that's good, considering that the puppies need a lot of time to actually grow past their, well, the moments that they are actually still young and that they may possibly have bad elements in their body or something like that. Basically, they need good care by veterinarians. And we have a few around the main road in Parañaque, Dr. A. Santos. So yeah, it's actually a good cause to bring the puppies here in Parañaque at a city / suburban environment where they can be taken care of for a few months before they're ready to eventually live in the mountainous region of Barangay Bagbag in Tanawan. 7 puppies. That's no joke. That means a lot of dog food, a lot of bathing sessions. Okay, basically those things. We're all looking for a good time and stuff. Oh, all right. I should probably say this here. All right. Things to consider. Let's see. I've already done the hard part. Not exactly the hard part, but let's see. I'm gonna check on my messages and what's next, and I'll get back to it. Check the messages myself. So, clean the cage thoroughly. At least, that's actually clear to me. We're gonna have a good time. Whatever. You're looking cute. Alright. So, we're gonna be on our way there. Give me a moment. Oh man, I gotta remove some stuff from here. Basically throw some stuff away too. Because I don't entirely need the manual because I think the way the selfie stick is actually being used, it's pretty self-explanatory how it all works and shit. Hopefully, the nut over here doesn't actually loosen. Actually, no, that's not a problem either. I don't think so. I don't think it has a problem either. Right, time to get that cage cleaned and stuff. Basically, this is the metal cage right here. I gotta make sure to wash it up. Probably to use a sponge on it. Let me just see. Get rid of the dust. Remove any trace of anything bad on the things. Basically, I gotta take care of the matting over here and everything else. So, where to plug this? Let me try to find a place where I can plug it, and then I can get the cleaning stuff together so that I can do it already. Well, I am looking for cleaning stuff, and I'm able to find some around here. Okay, yeah, the Scotch Brite should work. Then, what else? What bleach? Nah, Clorox. I'm gonna need some Clorox here. Let me just find it first here in the house, at least the Scotch Brite over here and stuff. There are no plugs to actually plug the phone to because I'm still in the middle of charging it. This is really just great. Oh man, what is going on? Sometimes I just don't know. Where's the thing? Okay. Well, good thing we got here. I found the Lysol, but that's not exactly what I need. I need the Clorox. Oh, hold on. Flush that thing, and then... Oh, I think my aunt used all the Clorox in her laundry cleaning. I don't think there is any left, but... Come on, there's gotta be something I could do. There's gotta be something I could do. Well, at least I'll be getting the bucket, because I'm gonna need this anyway, so, yeah. Gonna need the bucket, and then... At least have the chlorine solution ready. There's chlorine in this one, so... Anyway, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do, I guess. If I can clean it the way it's supposed to be cleaned, then at least make absolutely sure that it is actually ready for use in the best way possible, right? Now, these still are missing something. I am still missing a plug. Oh, wait. There is down here. Okay. Didn't actually think there would be any down here. Apparently, there's actually something behind the chair already here. Okay. Okay. Nice. Lifesaver. Looks like I got shit to do immediately. All right. I have to move this washing machine and just move things out. Wait. Actually, I don't think there's any need, but here's fine. So I'm not going to need much of a thing anyway. So I can just... It won't be concentrated. I'm going to be putting water in this one, and then I'm going to be diluting the chlorine. So yeah, there's no Clorox over here. Hold on. Let me try here. Nah, nothing. I'm not going to use the detergent. Powder detergent's definitely not going to work on this one. All right. So already done with this in case that there's any need for me to use that, I will use it. The rubber first. This is the thing that ties shit up. This is what I got to clean up first. The matting, where they gather all the shit. You gotta make absolutely sure that this part's clean. Start off with here then. Scotch Brite, here we come, huh? At least it's only accumulating dust that's actually coming to this. Like nothing too serious. Nothing else too serious. Let me see. Okay. At least it easily comes off. So far, at least it easily comes off. Anything else? Let me try to lie this down here. This dusty old shit actually needs to be wetted up anyway. Well, I think that can work. Where's the thing? Excuse me. Alright, this part of it, I'm gonna let dry naturally. Now, the rest of it. How do I open this? Hold on. How do they even open these? Hold on. Come on. How to open this first layer? How do you open this first layer? Actually, I don't think I need to open the entire... Still drying this bit. Maybe I don't need to open it, but I do still need to scrub parts of it. So, and then I can start scrubbing this part over here. Hey, Popcorn. Nanonood ka dyan? You wanna watch me clean the cage, Popcorn? They're so cute. Gonna be washing my hands later. Definitely going to need it anyway, so yeah. Excuse me. Wait, we just... And... I should probably make sure that... This definitely needs to be mounted together with the other pieces. So let this dry individually first. Hold on. Let me pull on this so that I can actually tie up this thing. I better clean up and dry up. Oh my god. Alright, basically let both drip because I think for the meantime that's okay. So those two things, the mat and the cage, they're going to be dripping dry. Hopefully by later. Actually is already good for my aunt because she's going to be making use of it for the puppies. Chlorinated water. Rubbing it with this Scotch Brite thing, so I think it does. My aunt asked me to actually devote some of my time into putting my workload on the puppies because 7 puppies, for Pete's sake. 7 puppies. No joke. That is no joke of a task. Just what type of things do we need to do to make absolutely sure that the puppies have everything that they need in the house? Basically, food, and then the kind of reception that they have with other dogs too. It's just that there are 2 dogs here. At the moment, there are 2 dogs. One named Popcorn and the other named Fish. Girl and boy, respectively. And those puppies are going to have to be isolated from the regular dogs, basically. The task is to
make sure one of the dogs stays outside, the other of the dogs stays in the guest room. Of course, it's going to be expected in the guest room. The dog gets bored. That dog will piss and poop all over the place. I think that's expected. So yeah, hooray life. God damn it. I'll clean up a bit of the area over here because apparently my aunt had left a couple of things here that I need to actually address to clean up and shit. So yeah, I gotta do those things. Let the good times roll, I guess. Damn it.
My aunt's going to be leaving very early on in the morning, and she's going to be picking up the dogs. I'm going to be putting the cage once it's dry into her van. So basically, it's expected that you actually be very careful when it comes to the puppies. You don't want them catching disease and stuff. She said that clearly. What I'm just doing right now is just cleaning the stuff here from the sink because it was here since breakfast. I owe it to my aunt at least. Well, at least this is done. Take care of this. I'm just gonna clean up a little because it's a little wet on the sides here. Let me just do that, and I think we're mostly done what we're doing. What we need to do. Cleaning and everything. So, dishwashing, cleaning up the metal cage for the puppies, and then more dishwashing. Basically, basic shit. I get asked sometimes, is this my house? No, not exactly. But whatever. With what we get by, this is old land, just refurbished into something that's actually great, so thought I'd let you guys know. Not exactly my house, but hey, we had a good run, and we keep having a good run when it comes to the maintenance and shit, so there's just one part of the house, but whatever. Anyway, not much else to actually add about this, except that, let's see, not much else to add. I think I'm going to cut it off from here, and so I think it's a good time to stop. All right, this afternoon is worth it. Very much worth it. Guess we're just going to have to edit this, put this on the tube, and whatever. Hey, works as content. All the same, cleaning shit, it makes sense. It makes absolute sense. All right, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. And cheers.